Captain Sarah Lopez woke up to the impossible. "Captain," her second officer's voice cracked over the comm. "You need to see this." Now, Sarah stumbled to the observation deck of the orbital station and froze. The moon was gone. Not hidden. Not eclipsed. Gone. Where Earth's natural satellite had hung for 4 billion years, there was nothing but empty space and a shimmering energy signature. "What the hell happened?" Sarah demanded. "We're still analyzing, but preliminary scans show a massive spatial displacement occurred at 00,400 hours. The moon was Captain. The moon was stolen." "Stolen? You can't steal a moon." "Someone just did. Within hours." Earth's governments were in chaos. Tides were already changing unpredictably. Ecosystems that depended on lunar cycles were collapsing. And hanging in orbit where the moon should be was a message, written in energy that every sensor could read. "Moon confiscated as payment for debt. Humanity owes Dravak's collective 47 trillion credits in unpaid resource extraction fees. Moon will be returned upon payment." "What debt?" Sarah asked the emergency council. "There is no debt." "Apparently there is," Admiral Chen replied grimly. "The Dravaks claim that when we began space mining operations 15 years ago, we were extracting resources from contested territory. Territory they claim ownership of, and they want payment, 47 trillion credits. Earth's entire GDP is 30 trillion. That's the point." Sarah realized. They want the moon. They manufactured a debt we can't pay so they could legally steal it. The Galactic Council agrees with their claim. International law supports them. Technically, they're within their rights. "Technically," Sarah said, "they just committed an act of war. And if the Council won't help us, we help ourselves." "What are you proposing?" Sarah pulled up a star chart. The Dravaks Collective has 12 moons across 4 systems. All of them resource-rich. All of them stolen from other species using the same legal loophole. I'm proposing we use the same law against them. Steal their moons. That's impossible, we don't have that technology. They do, and they just demonstrated it. So we steal that too? The plan was audacious, insane, perfectly human. Infiltrate Dravak's facilities. Steal their moon displacement technology. Use it to take back Earth's moon and grab 3 of theirs as Sarah put it, interest on our stolen property. They'll declare war. Someone protested. They already stole our moon. War's already declared. They just think we're too weak to fight back. Sarah assembled a team of humanity's best, engineers who understood theoretical physics, pilots who could navigate impossible situations, soldiers who specialized in theft. "We're not an army," Sarah told them. "We're thieves, and we're about to pull off the biggest heist in galactic history." The infiltration took 3 weeks. The Dravak security was good, but they'd never dealt with humans before. They didn't expect the level of reckless creativity Sarah's team brought. They locked doors with 17-layer encryption, her hacker reported. "So we don't use doors," Sarah said. "We'll go through the walls. The walls are reinforced titanium alloy. Then we don't go through them. We go under them. Around them. Humans have been breaking into places we're not supposed to be for thousands of years. These aliens have no idea what they're dealing with." The team stole the displacement technology piece by piece over 2 weeks. Small components smuggled out. Code copied. Schematics photographed. By the time the Dravaks noticed anything was wrong, it was too late. "We have everything?" Sarah's chief engineer confirmed. "Give me 48 hours, and I can build our own displacement device." "You have 24. Clock's ticking on their deadline. The engineer delivered in 23 hours. The device was crude, jury-rigged, and held together with what looked like duct tape and hope. But it worked. "Target the moon first," Sarah ordered. "Bring it home." The displacement was instantaneous. One moment, Earth's moon hung in some Dravak storage facility 3 systems away. The next, it was back in Earth's orbit, right where it belonged. Moon secured. Her navigator reported. "Tide stabilizing. Captain, we did it. We're not done. Target Dravak's Prime's largest moon. The one they stole from the Xelian species 50 years ago. Take it." "Captain, that's an act of war. They started it when they stole ours." "Finish what I started." The Dravak's moon materialized in Earth's orbit. Then a second. Then a third. All stolen from other species. All now hanging around Earth like trophies. The Dravak's response was immediate. "Why you dare? You have committed theft. We will file formal complaints with the Galactic Council. We will demand reparations." "We will. You will do nothing." Sarah interrupted their broadcast. "Because we're returning these moons to their original owners, the species you stole them from decades ago. And we're keeping records of exactly how you manufactured false debts to steal celestial bodies. Records we're sharing with every government in the galaxy." The silence that followed was deafening. You cannot prove what can. We have your files, your communications, every false debt, every manufactured claim, every moon you stole. 47 moons across 12 systems, all documented, all illegal. You're not debt collectors, you're thieves. And you just got robbed by a species you thought was primitive. The Council will never accept this! You are human! You are. We're the species that got our moon back, and we're the species currently holding 3 of yours. Here's our counter offer. You drop all claims against Earth. You return the moons you stole to their original owners, and you never ever try to steal from humanity again. Or we keep your moons, and we share your files with everyone. The Drawbacks had a choice. Admit to decades of theft and face galactic consequences, or let Earth keep their moons and hope the files stayed secret. They chose option 3.
This is active war! We will crush your pathetic species!
We will. You'll do nothing. Admiral Chen interrupted. Because we just demonstrated we can steal celestial bodies. What's to stop us from stealing your space stations, your ships, your home planet if we get creative enough? You taught us this technology. Congratulations. You just armed the most creatively destructive species in the galaxy. The Drawbacks' war threats lasted 3 days. Then reconnaissance showed Earth had already started dismantling the stolen moons for resources. Then they learned Earth was selling displacement technology to other species the Drawbacks had victimized. Then they calculated the cost of fighting a species that had just proven they could steal anything and decided retreat was the better option. The formal apology came within a week. The Drawbacks Collective acknowledges a miscalculation in debt assessment regarding humanity. All claims are hereby withdrawn. We request return of our celestial bodies. Request denied, Sarah replied cheerfully. You stole our moon. We're keeping yours as compensation. Call it interest. Also, we're filing our own debt claim. 47 trillion credits for emotional distress, economic damage, and general inconvenience. You have 30 days to pay.
This is outrageous!
We will never, TikTok. Maybe you should have thought about this before you stole from humans. We're petty. We hold grudges. And we're really, really good at revenge. The Drawbacks paid. Not the full amount, but enough that Earth came out ahead. The 3 stolen moons were returned to their original owners, with Earth keeping detailed scans of the displacement technology as payment, and the moon returned to its rightful place in Earth's sky. We just started an interstellar incident, Admiral Chen said, watching the moon rise over Earth. We stole 3 moons, bankrupted an alien collective, and possibly violated 17 interstellar laws. They stole our moon first, Sarah pointed out. We just stole it back, with interest.
That's not an incident, that's justice.
The galaxy is going to remember this. Earth, the species that responds to theft by stealing bigger. Good, Sarah said. Let them remember. Let every species out there know that if you steal from humanity, we don't file complaints. We don't ask for help. We steal everything you own and smile while doing it. That's the human way. 6 months later, the Galactic Council revised their laws on celestial body ownership. The revision was nicknamed the Human Clause, and basically stated don't steal moons from species capable of stealing them back, because they will and they'll take extras. Earth's reputation shifted overnight, no longer the naive newcomers, now the species that responded to theft with the most audacious haste in galactic history. Was it worth it? Chen asked Sarah during a celebration. 3 weeks of planning, massive resource expenditure, interstellar incident, all for revenge. We got our moon back, Sarah said. We bankrupted the thieves who took it. We freed 47 other moons from illegal detention. And we proved humanity doesn't need the Council to defend ourselves. Yeah, Admiral, it was worth it. You realize this means every future conflict, everyone will expect humans to do something crazy. Good, let them expect it. Expectation means respect. They thought we were weak because we're new. We showed them weak doesn't mean helpless. And helpless doesn't mean we won't fight back in ways they never imagined. By stealing moons. By stealing everything. We're humans. We've been stealing fire from gods, knowledge from forbidden trees, and victories from impossible odds since we evolved. The Drawbacks just learned what every human child knows. What's that? Steal from us, we steal it back. With interest. That's not a threat. That's a promise. And as Earth's moon hung in the sky, returned to its home after the greatest haste in history, humanity celebrated. Not just the moon's return, but the lesson they'd taught the galaxy. Some species are too dangerous to steal from. Not because they're violent. Not because they're powerful. But because they're creative enough to turn your own weapons against you and petty enough to enjoy doing it. The Drawbacks had stolen Earth's moon thinking humans were too primitive to respond. They were right that humans were primitive. They were wrong that primitive meant weak. because primitive humans had survived by being clever, ruthless, and absolutely unwilling to accept defeat. Those same traits didn't disappear when humans reached the stars. They just got applied to bigger problems, like stolen moons. And the galaxy would never look at humanity the same way again. Not as victims, not as newcomers, but as the species that stole 3 moons to get one back, and somehow made it look easy.